Before the video starts, just wanted to quickly say thank you to my sister, It's Just Millie, for shouting me out in her latest video. Please check her channel out. The link is in the description, and the link to Snipesy's channel is also there as well. I love them both to bits, and yeah, so just enjoy the story time, and please comment down if you think it's shit or not, because I need to know.
Hello everybody, so welcome to the first new story time on the new channel. If you're unfamiliar with these, in my old channel I did story times where I would tell awkward, embarrassing stories of my past, just because I wanted to expand my channel a bit, and that is I'm going to be continuing that little series that I'm doing. I don't know how many of these I'll do, fuck knows, it could be 5, 10 even, who knows, it's like, whenever I feel like it, I'll just tell a story. There's no schedule to this either. It's just expect one randomly, kind of like, you know, like the Easter Bunny dropping an egg for you. Just kind of like, just expect that like randomly if you watch me. But anyway, so now that I've sort of recapped you for everything, I'm gonna keep this as short as I can. I don't want to make this a long drawn out story time. Pretty much today we're talking about what college was like for me, because I was only in college for 3 months last year. I started September last year. So this is quite a recent story, because the last 2 stories I told were quite a few years ago, and there's going to be a few stories that are from a few years ago and some that are quite recent, but anyway. So this story, it begins in September of 2024, so I've just left high school and I was entering college. What I studied in college was public services, which is like where they show you what it's like to do, so like kind of like it's the course you take there, like if you wanted to become like a paramedic, firefighter, police officer, etc. Like you'd have to do this course first, and then whatever you want to do, you could do like for example criminology. That's what you'd have to take to do police officer work, which is kind of like it's hard to explain. I'm not educated in that shit. Like I only chose it because a kid from my old school recommended it to me, and I could not have been a worse mistake in my life. I regret ever listening to that guy. It was so stupid. I don't know why I chose to do it. I should have gone to the open evenings, to be honest, which was like a thing where it shows you what the course is all about, which I wish I did, to be honest with you. It's really dumb of me. That was an L on my part, but the point is, the college I mean, it was funny, it was really eventful, but like not because of the course. The course was absolutely horrendous. It was so bad. I hated it. The course was nothing what I thought it would be. It wasn't fun, and like I didn't see myself doing a career out of it either. Like midway through I was sitting there like, why am I here? I have no reason to be doing this. But anyway, so when I started college, I sort of made it my goal to make, like, because when I started high school up, right, I was a very socially awkward kid. Like, really socially awkward. Like, I did not want to socialize with anybody. I think I explained this in my first Kiss video when I was in year 1 or first grade, when I was only like 5 or 6. I was not a very social kid then. I didn't want friends. And then I sort of started to soften up when I was throughout grade school, as Americans would say, or primary school in Britain. As we sort of like, I was like around like 9, I sort of softened up. I started like, I actually met Snipesy's in well, we became friends. I think it was in year 1. Yeah, it might have been year 1 or year 2. We became really close in year 2, and we've been friends ever since. That's how long Snipesy's is my oldest friend of all time, by the way. But so when I was in college, I wanted to actually start putting myself out there, you know, step up my comfort zone, actually start talking to people, like, you know, thingy. Because when I was in high school, I wasn't socially awkward in the later years, but in the early years, I was very socially awkward, and that kind of gave me a bad reputation. I had a very bad first impression, and that also resulted, well, I don't think it resulted, I think, but I did get bullied in high school a lot. But I don't think it was all because of my socially awkwardness. It was also because they were just assholes in my old school. Trust me, if you looked at all the people in my school, they were fucking dicks. I hated about 85% of them. Actually, not cut that, maybe about 95%. I hated a good chunk of them. They were not nice people. But anyway, when I was in college, I thought I gotta step up my comfort zone. I gotta start talking to new people. So first thing I did, as I walked through the front door of my college campus, because this college I was with, there's like 4 different campuses, and I was in the second biggest one. and it's in the city, like in my city. The biggest one's in the it's a town outside my city. I didn't want to go to that one because I had to catch a bus and all that, and it was just awkward. So I went to the one that was in my city, and as I went there, first thing I did was I went to the lobby, and I told her what course I was in, showed her my student ID, because this was after I did my college interview, so she knew what I was doing. Told me to wait, and as I waited in, there was this guy and his friend came in. I'm not gonna tell their real names. Let's call my friend here Billy. Let's just call him Billy for now. I can't think of any names. I don't want to call real names out, but Billy and his friend. I'm not gonna give the other friend a name because I hardly knew this guy, but Billy, he came in and he was doing the same exact thing he is me, doing the same course. And when he sort of like got signed in and all that, they called my name and his name and his friend's name, because his friend was also doing it as well, but he was doing level 3. I was doing level 2 of the course, which is like a lower grade course, because I didn't do very good in my exams. I have another story time for why in one of my courses I failed my maths exam for a very dumb reason, and I'll tell that story in a couple of weeks. But anyway, when I walked to my classroom, that was on the top floor of this college campus, by the way, and this was like a 4 or 5 story building. I had to walk up like 8 flights of stairs. It was painful. I hated it. As we were walking up there, I had to walk with them because I was with them, and I thought, you know what, make some conversation. So I thought, I asked them, I asked them what level they were doing and all that. And they talked. They were actually quite responsive to me. I was expecting them to like be antisocial. No, they were quite talkative back to me. And Billy started taking a liking to me immediately. Asked me my name because I sat by him because we were talking quite a bit on the way to our class. There was like a sorting class of which classes we'd be part of and stuff like that, kind of what they do in high school and shit. And he took a liking to me, and as I sat, he asked me to sit next to him, and I sat next to him, and then he asked me my name, and I was like, I'm Jack. And we became very close friends over the span of like literally like a week. Like we became very close. Like Snipesies wasn't doing my same thing as me in college. He dropped out way earlier than me. He legit didn't even last a month in college. I lasted about 3 months. Where is it? September to November. Yeah, 3 months. I left mid-November. Because that's how bad it was. But anyway, I'll get to that in a bit. But anyway, I sort of as I sort of started hanging out, I almost said his real name then. Billy started introducing me to more people a part of the group. I just fucking, if you heard that, yeah, I fucking farted, don't ask. But yeah, anyway, Billy introduced me to more of his friends, and I went from being a socially awkward, unpopular kid who literally had maybe 4 friends, to having like 20 different people hanging around with me every day. It was such a weird change, and I can't lie, I was enjoying it at first. I was really enjoying it at first, but like as I started going on and on and on, it sort of started changing me and what I was doing. Like, no, I didn't change my attitude towards people. I was still always the same person, but like the things I did, I was stupid. I caused trouble a bit more often than I would have. Like, you couldn't imagine me doing. I was quite good in high school. I was quite a good behaved kid until year 11. Then I stopped giving a fuck. Again, whole other story. But when I was in college though, it was getting quite bad. Like, we do so much shenanigans. I robbed from Tesco's once. It wasn't anything big, but like I stole something. I shoplifted for the first time in my life, which again, that may not be a big deal for anybody, but like I like to be on the good side of the law, okay? And I hope the FBI doesn't kick my door down for admitting this, but anyway, I like to be on the good side of the law, okay? I don't see the point of breaking the law unless I absolutely have to for whatever reason, and that reason has not come to me yet, so I don't see a reason to. But anyway, this is now we're to the part where I realized what the hell I've become. Basically, right? So this, in the city I live, there was this like this area. I'm not gonna name it out loud because again, I'm just not. But like, there's this building thing. I can't. I'm not gonna say what it's called, but it's like a library type of thing in the bottom bit. Like, students can go there. But on the top, it's like a place where you'd go for birth certificates and stuff to get filed out. Right? That's in the smack bang, like because my city's a seaside town, and it's right by this like ocean bit. And you're allowed in the library. Anyone's allowed in like the library cafe bit, but like there's like a second and third floor, fourth floor that like you're not allowed to be on. Like, and you can be arrested, right? And we had gone there a few times, but this one time we were acting so stupid, man. Like, oh, it was so bad. Like, we were going around screaming. There's literally a video of me. There's literally a video. I might post it one day just because why not? Of me in like the toilets with like my friend, and I just like screamed, "Get out!" From that day as well. It was so bad. It was so bad. I really hope thingy. I really hope I really hope they don't find out about that. But anyway, like I said, after that, we actually got caught though. Like, as we were doing our stupid shenanigans, like we were screaming, and the security guard caught us, and this security guard, fair play to him, he was the chillest dude on earth. He was like, he was warning us, like, you can be arrested for being up here, you know, like you can actually get prosecuted for trespassing and stuff like that. And I was sitting there, like, so Billy was kind of like, he was getting really scared, like he was trying to talk himself, like, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to do it, like that type of shit, like because he's the type of kid who would go from like being like tough, hard and all that one minute whenever no one, and then an adult comes on, he's like, he's the goody two shoes, and I'm kind of embarrassed by this, not by him, but just like being caught in general. And me and this other guy we were with, I'm not going to say his name, and I can't be asked to give him a fake name, we're just standing there looking at each other like, oh fuck, we fucked up. And I was looking at the exit because I was tempted to do a runner. I can't lie to you, I was tempted. I mean, I'm fat as fuck in real life, I wouldn't run that far, but like, still, the security guard was like 60 odd, to be fair, so I don't think he'd be like, he ain't no Usain Bolt, but still, I was getting ready to do a runner immediately. I was nervous, I was tapping my phone, I didn't even say anything, I think I spoke the least out of the three of us. I was just stood there, just like a look of guilt and embarrassment on my face. And I was like, oh my god, why did I do this? Like, as I was standing there for like maybe 10 minutes talking, well, we were all talking to this security guard, that sort of hit me. I was like, why the fuck did I do this? This was easily one of the dumbest things I've ever done in my entire life. And it's like, what the fuck? So I just, he let us go. Bless him, by the way, the security guard, for letting us go. Like, apparently he said, like, we ruined his coffee, like, his coffee's gone cold, and it's like, you know what, like, that hurts the most, if I'm being honest with you. I ruined some poor, underpaid security guard's coffee just from messing around in a building, and it's like... But I realised to myself that I would have never have done that in a million years, even if I wasn't, like... Even, like, now, if I wasn't hanging around with them, I wouldn't have done that, but, like, because I was hanging around with those guys, I did stupid shit, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of here, I can't... So, like, we already had plans at this point to drop out, at least I did, and my friend, because they weren't enjoying it either. I don't know what they're doing now, nor do I really care, to be real with you. Because ever since I left college, I basically stopped talking to them. So, after I dropped out of college, I knew that those were not my kind of people, and luckily, I have not done anything stupid since. Which, I mean, let's be glad, because if I did, I mean, I don't think I'd even have a YouTube channel right now. I think I'd be behind bars right now, but, oh man, that was a painful one to tell. I was not proud of this, but I'm glad that I got it off my chest. Anyway, if you stuck around to this long in the video, thank you for watching, and please maybe consider subscribing, because I want to get back to my original subscriber count that I had on my old account. So please, just if you're a fan of this type of content, drop a subscribe. If not, that's fine. Not forcing you. Nobody's coming to your house with a gun to point to your head. You don't have to subscribe, but it'd mean a lot to me. Anyway, toodaloo.